Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. With the whole Barbie movie coming out, I thought why not jump onto the trend and create a Barbie nail art design. Here I've got a couple of gel polishes that I'll be using today, so I'm just showing you guys real quick just a variety of different shades of pinks. So slight disclaimer for today's nail design, you probably think to yourself, what are you on about? It's literally probably doesn't really scream that Barbie compared to other nail designs. I am not that good at hand painting. I definitely need to practice more and get into it a bit more, but since stamping came into the picture for me, I've kind of just don't do a lot of nail art. So trying to paint on a Barbie doll, or maybe even doing the B for the Barbie, like the logo, was a pain. I did give it a go, so I didn't just kind of give up straight away, but it just wasn't it wasn't looking nice and it just wasn't YouTube worthy. So instead I thought, let me create something inspired by Barbie-ish. So let's do some pink, some hearts, just anything cutesy, pinky, girly, and hope for the best. So this is the design today. The design is very Valentine's-y as well, so this one could definitely kind of slide as a Valentine's design, or obviously I'm trying to push it as a Barbie nail design. So I hope you guys like it. Anyways, so we're going to apply our base colors, which you've already seen me do. So I'm applying the lighter shade on two nails. We're going to have one ombre nail. I feel like I've been absolutely obsessed with ombres recently. I've just been loving them, especially if I'm ever struggling with nail designs. I feel like as long as I've picked out the colors I want to work with, just ombre them. At least one nail or two ombre and it's already looking gorgeous, and the rest just kind of starts to click in after you do the ombre. So sometimes you might see quite a lot of ombre, sometimes you might see no ombres. It will just probably depend on the day and how I'm feeling. So we've got the ombre nail done. It's going to chill and kind of level out in the background. Now it's time for a marble. We've got two marble nails today. So I've got this very darky pink, we've got this kind of middle pink, and we've got the lightest pink. We're going to use a dotting tool to swerve into one another using a ombre brush, pick it up, and then place it onto the nail. We are going to place a base coat though to help the gel polish kind of glide, and it's going to work a little bit like a blooming gel, although I was kind of regretting it in the end, to be honest. Sometimes I use this like slip layer, you can call it, or sometimes I don't, and I wish I didn't, or I wish that I did a much thinner, like a super thin layer. I feel like I've placed maybe too much base coat, so when I was floating on my marble, it was kind of creating little see-through gaps where the base coat was, so that was a bit of a pain. So there was a little bit of a whoopsie, but I tried to make it work basically. So in the end it came out alright. I'm pretty happy with them in the end, but when I was working I was like, oh no, what's going on? Can you see those little gaps there? I was just not vibing with it one bit. I just had to go. So I was trying to go around it and try to just add more gel polish. If at any moment your nail is too thick, which could happen because you are placing a lot of gel polish and you don't want that wrinkling under the lamp, or you don't want any uncured gel underneath, just grab a little lint-free wipe and just kind of tap the sides, just very gently, just press it and then take it off, and then that way you'll remove any excess. I don't think I felt like I had too much today, to be honest, because I would have showed you guys on a video me removing it just so you guys know how to, but I didn't do it. So I think I must have been pretty happy with how it was looking. When it comes to the marble nails, this nail I was the most happiest with. I just really liked how the little patterns came out looking. So sometimes with marble, when I'm working with marble, I can either make it just a big mess, or sometimes it comes out looking really cool. And with marbles, I just sometimes feel like there's no weight to it. It's just kind of swirl your brush around on the nail until you like what you're seeing. So go ahead and cure these. So I've got these beautiful heart glitters. I got them from Larissy. I'll have a link in the description for you guys to check them out. They're an amazing website. They've got a bunch of wholesale glitter options, but also little packs for nails as well if you wanted them. So do check them out. They've got a bunch of glitters, mixes, not mix it, all that good stuff. And with this glitter, I liked it, and I don't know if you could tell, but there are tiny little glitters in there too. But it was just not kind of creating the look that I was going for. So in a moment I will go ahead and look for another glitter, which I did find, but I felt like in the end it still didn't do what I wanted it to do. I kind of felt like I wanted maybe more of like I don't know, like a rainbowy reflection, and the ones I was picking up just weren't doing it. and I thought it would do what I wanted it to do, but it didn't. So the reason I wanted this special glitter that I'm talking about is because later we're going to matte top coat. There it is, but it's not very like shiny, so it just didn't do what I needed it to do. But later on we're going to matte top coat this nail, and when I pick up glitters that have this beautiful kind of color shift in it, it kind of creates such a cool effect. Wanted to matte top coat it, and that was what I was kind of searching for, but it unfortunately just didn't work. But if you're going to recreate this and you do have that kind of glitter, then definitely pop it on there. Trust me, it's going to look so cool. I think I've got plenty of videos on my channel where I matte top coat glitters, and you know, if you're a regular on my channel, you know exactly which kind of glitter I'm talking about. So I'm just going to repeat the exact same vibe on the other nail with the hearts and the glitter, and then we can pop them into the lamp. And at this stage we are basically ready to top coat and finish up the design, or at least not fully finish, because the majority of the next design is going to be either crystals, which I usually, when I record, I like to do it after top coating. We are going to do some sugaring, which I need to do after the nail is top coated, and we're also going to do some extra little stars and dots on those heart nails, but we're going to use an unbelievable gel from Glitter Bells, which is a nail art gel, and it cures tag free. So since I've got a matte background, I wanted to add an extra little touch, and because I didn't end up getting the sparkle reflection from the glitter that we matte top coated, I thought let me add something shiny instead in a different way and use a nail art gel since it cures tag free. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going in with my UR Sugar matte top coat at the moment. Matte those, looking gorgeous. I love seeing the reveal once they're matte. I love them so much. Here I was kind of thinking, which one am I gonna work on? But I think I'm gonna work on the little stars first. So here I'm just applying my little gel on my palette. I don't think I actually end up showing you guys on camera the bottle, but I use it pretty much all the time. Whenever you see any gel that is kind of on top of matte nails and it's white, it's always a Glitter Bells Unbelievable gel. So I'm going to use a dotting tool to create the center of my little stars. So I'm only placing 2 in the center and then 1 at the top. Then I'm going to do the lines using a nail art brush. So basically drag out the line from the center, or if you wanted to, I kind of feel like I wanted to dip it into that gel, but as you saw there, my brush was quite stiff and I was not sure why, because I just used it not so long ago, so I don't know if it was just kind of waiting around for too long and something was happening. So I just gave it a quick wipe with my nail cleaner liquid and it's good to go again. So here are the lines. I am not the most proudest of these lines. They're not very thin like I wanted them to be, and they're not always the straightest like I wanted them to be, but I feel like this nail is incredibly busy as it is. There's just so much going on in the background that even if you not make the lines how you wanted them to be, they're not that noticeable. It's just this nail just looks like a big old mess, to be honest, and it's not that noticeable, which is great. So now it's time to add the little dots. So I'm going to use possibly a different side of the dotting tool to get the little ones, or I'm very gently tapping down to get like a smaller dot effect. So it's just random dots, and you want to do that on the other nail too, which I did off camera. Now time for our 2 pale pinky nails. So we're going to do the same thing on both. Once again, I'm going to just me doing this first one, but the swirls, you want to do the opposite side. So if we're going to do like, I don't know, like we're doing this one, you're going to flip on the other one. So you're going to start from the left hand side rather than the right. And we're going to use that darkest shade of pink and that kind of peachy middle shade, since we've got the lighters in the background. And you just want to do these swirls. You can kind of choose how thick or thin you want them to be. I'm quite happy with how I did mine, to be honest. I quite like the way it ended up looking. So first I do one line, and then I'll wet my brush, and then I go in with that other shade, and I'm going to do the top and the bottom with that shade, and then just so on, really. Just wet my brush in between. Make sure you do not cure this. You want to sprinkle on some glitter in just a second and then cure it. So this is how we're going to achieve our sugared effect. I feel like I always do 4 nail sugar nails, but oh, I messed up there. Whoopsies. I think I'm gonna wipe. I must have forgot to get that off the video, so I'm sorry. We can just chat a little bit longer. But what I was gonna say is that I feel like I'm always sugaring full nails rather than actually doing a nail design with the sugar. So this is one of those, basically. A little bit of a change. You all know I love my sugar. So this sugar, yeah, sugar. I also want to say glitter, because I do love my glitter and my sugar and my caviar beads. It just feels like every set has all that involved, but just somehow in a different way. So here I'm just kind of perfecting the lines a little bit more. I felt like I maybe wanted them a bit thicker or something like that. Or there was an area that needed an extra little bit of love, a little bit of gel polish. This bit can be a little bit time consuming. But I just feel like the final effects, I'm just so happy with it. And this technique with these lines and sugaring can just be done so often, just throughout any season. You can do it for Valentine's, you can do it for Christmas, almost like a candy cane nail, or like a frosty, bluey, whitey kind of nail. Or you can also maybe do something similar for Halloween with maybe like greens and purples and something, you know, a bit more Halloweeny shades. I just feel like this nail design is so universal and just can just work with anything. As long as you've got the right colors, you can just repeat it and it will just work, I feel like. So who knows, maybe I can test out this theory this coming Christmas and Halloween and see if it works. So there we go. I think I'm happy there. And I'm going to pick up my glitter. You all know it's the standard little fine white glitter. Sprinkle it on. I'm starting to slowly be running out of it. You all know I keep using it constantly. Just tap away, pop it into the lamp, and of course repeat on the other nail, which I did off camera. And then we can work on our crystal nail, which is our last nail, which I usually like to do on the ombre nails. I just really like the way the crystals end up looking on ombre nails. I just really like it so much. So that's what we're doing today again. So I'm doing a mix of AB crystals. We're going to have a bow. We're going to have an AB heart and a diamond and a triangle. It's just basically a mixture of shapes put together, and somehow it worked. So sometimes I like to kind of play about and make little patterns, like put crystals together on the side when I'm trying to think of crystal placements. And this is what I came up with today. So I've got this little bow that I got from Temu actually. A bunch of those ABs are from Shein. And once I do this first line of crystals, like this whole line of crystals, I pop it into the lamp just because it's quite heavy and it's moving about. And my Macartt roasting glue gel obviously isn't very, like, you know, it's not going to keep it in place. Macartt do another version of this roasting glue gel that works for more like, it's like way thicker and it just won't budge your crystals, but I did not have that at hand, so I had to use this one. So we've popped into the lamp, nothing's going to move now. Now it's time for the caviar beads. You all know I love those, so we're going to pop those again, and you just pop them in between crystals. That's what we're doing now. And I also really like the look of where you just do like almost like a necklacey vibe from anywhere in that crystal placement to the sides, and then just pop caviar beads in. Now I'll show you guys that in a second. I'm not very good at explaining that, but I just absolutely love how it ends up looking. I just feel like when you're stuck with designs and ideas, doing that just adds that extra elevation to your crystal design, and I just love it, especially because I have such a large canvas to work on every time. It just kind of warms my heart when there's a bit more going on and it looks a bit more like it's supposed to look like. I don't know. So here we are. There it is. We are applying the caviar beads, doing that little necklace vibe. We're going to do it on the other side too, but I think I'm going to cut it in a minute because it usually takes quite a long time. And then I'm trying to faff about and kind of straighten up the lines and make them a bit like bent to kind of mimic a necklace and all of that stuff. But here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if this nail design passes as a Barbie one. Let me know what you guys think of it. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.